So, the devil only comes to steal, rob, and destroy. And I want to share my story because it might help somebody. And it's something that I need to kind of flush out of my system too. This is kind of my little therapy session where I can try to make sense of things. So back in the fall, I was doing great. You know, I was connected. I was close to Jesus. And something happened. And I think he put me through a test. He put me through a little test where he left me. And I think he wanted to see what I would do. And when he left me, it wasn't a good feeling. It was very lonely because I had given everything, everybody, for Jesus. And when his presence left me, I had never felt so alone. And it was an interesting thing that happened is, well, I lost my mind. I went kind of crazy. It was too much to handle. And as I was in this trial period, instead of leaning on Christ, I got away from him. And I was failing the test. And in the middle of the night, I was in such a weak state that I sold off a lot of my trades. And that led me to missing out on about, I'd estimate $50,000 to $100,000 worth of gains of money that I could use. I mean, you guys might know I don't actually have a job, so I need to trade and I need to be very proactive in that world. And I got to be fast on my feet, you know. And looking back at that season, I just want to tell you guys that season will probably come to you sometime. And the point of the season is to test you. And if you don't pass the test, you're going to miss out on blessings. But if you do pass the test, when the Lord isn't found near, when things are hard, if you can just lean on him still, even though you can't see him, even though you can't feel him, even though you're going through a hard time, if you trust him, you will pass the test and you will reach a new level and you'll get blessings. I know if I would have done my part, even though I wasn't feeling his presence, to study, to pray more, to worship more, I would have had the strength that night to not sell my most valuable assets. And so, with that being said, I'm only a human being, and I did the best that I could, and I'm not going to beat myself up about it. I got back on the grind. You know, if you fall down, you get back up. And I traded last weekend, and things went really well for me. And immediately my heart was overflowing with gratitude to God because I needed that. I needed that windfall because that was my only source of income. And it felt so good to know that maybe I missed out on the big blessing, but I can get back up, try again, and I did capture something. And I know life isn't all about money. I know that life isn't all about blessings, but the last time you went to the store, you know, food, rent, I mean, there's nothing for free out here. I mean, Peter and all the disciples had day jobs. You got to eat. And so I just wanted to put that out there for anybody that would listen. That's my experience. And that was the first time I felt something like that. And the more time that passes, I'm more and more I understand that was a test. It was maybe one of the biggest tests I'd had in a long time, and I failed. And there's going to be more tests, and maybe I'll pass in the future. And today, I feel great, man. I feel the Lord's presence. I feel joy. I feel happiness. I feel content and at peace. And I'm going to keep it moving, man. In every area of life, you're going to fall down. You're going to fail. You just got to keep moving. Get up, keep moving. If you disappoint the Lord, get up, try again. If If you fail and you look at some stuff on the internet you shouldn't, try again. Get up. Get up. It's worth it. Get up out of the swine pit, man. Just keep getting up. Keep getting out of the swine pit. And use your provision, your blessing to help other people in your family or people that are just in need. But yeah, prepare for the test. It's easy to look at my past tests and be like, oh, you should have just passed that. But in the moment, when the devil's attacking you so hard, putting in your mind fear and doubt and saying, oh, things are, you'll be surprised where your mind will take you. And you can slip up. But that one slip up doesn't mean it's over. Doesn't mean the game's over. I'm not even mad. I missed out on $100,000 in the past couple of weeks. But I don't even care. I'm going to keep moving because this game is not over. And I know why I want to have provisions. I want to be able to bless people around me. Anybody that knows me from the past to the present knows that I share my information. I share my wisdom. I share what I win. And I teach other people how to fish. And anybody that's been in my circle ever knows that they've been blessed. They know that they've partaken in something special. And it's not me. It's not, no credit goes to me. It's just, I'm just a prodigal son. And the Lord has blessed the work of my hand and the work of my mind. And he's protected me from pitfalls. He's protected me from snares. Even at times, snares that I thought I wanted. I was like, I want this. Give me this. I'm going to do my best to acquire this. And the Lord's like, nah, not for you, bud. This is a trap. And he'll protect me at the last second. And I'm very humbled right now. I just feel at complete peace. I'm trying to really just understand everything, and I'm so appreciative. I just want to make sure I let all those people know I appreciate them. I appreciate everybody that takes the time to watch my video and leave a comment. And I hope you guys get something out of it. Maybe you are going through a test in a season where coldness can set in, where doubt can set in. The next thing you know, your mind is working against you. It's working against your future. It's working against you. And that's what the enemy does. He wants to get into your mind and cause panic and fear so that he can steal and rob you of your blessing. It makes him so happy when he can rob you of your blessing. And the Lord's storehouse is always full. He says, test me in this thing. He says, give to my church, give to my, he's basically saying, make sure that the storehouse has enough food for the widows and the orphans and the poor. You give to the church so that there's food there for people that need it. And he says, if you do that, I will open up the windows of heaven for you. And I will bless you so much that you won't have room for the blessing. And that's amazing. And I can testify. I'm not somebody that says big words like that. I will testify to you. But I will testify to you right now that I have seen that in my own life. When I was poor and only had $100 to my name, I put $10 into the offering at church. And then that week I got a phone call for another job. And I just kept giving faithfully. Instead of buying the things that I wanted, I could have used that money to buy things that I wanted. I sacrificed it and I gave it to God. And now I'm in a place in my life where I don't have any need. I don't have any need. I'm healthy. I'm just blessed and I'm just grateful. It's just for this moment. It's not always going to be so perfect, but that's my video today. Hope you guys have a great rest of your guys' day, wherever you are.